once you hit the back roads and you're not stuck behind a person with the grill in the truck, this thing comes alive.
Holy hell, someone's gonna call saying someone's shooting out here.
Oh, the first night I had the exhaust on, I had the cops called on me.
Hey, what's going on? Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19, joined by this guy. I teased it in the last video, but here with Matthew, and he's here. Convenient shirt, by the way. Focus RS. We're gonna go ahead and go for a drive and talk about it a little bit and see what's what, but before then, little walk around. So as far as the Ford Performance lineup, I've experienced a Gen 2 Raptor, I've got my 350, haven't actually ridden in a Focus RS, so this should be pretty fun. As far as Focus RSs go, I don't think this one's gonna blend in too well.
No.
You done well, sir. All right, should we go for a spin?
Sure, let's do it.
Sweet. By the way, this golden hour in this hill country in Mexico.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mexico's countryside, dude. Can't talk highly enough about it.
No, you cannot.
Let me dump my pockets. Everything wants to fall out of basketball shorts.
Yep, I'm aware.
All right, first and foremost, the exhaust. Anything done to it?
Yeah, got the AWE track system in the back.
Gotcha.
So it's just a cat back.
Damn. Those pops are concussive.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
Pops and bangs on the upshifts, man.
Oh yeah.
So you got this thing, I mean, a lot of it's gonna be redundant because we talked a lot off camera, but you got
Yep.
this thing back in December.
Yep.
And what all has been done to it?
All right, so since December, I don't like to live by any means quietly. I actually ordered the exhaust for it before I even bought the car.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That sounds like something I would do.
A lot of people keep the exhaust stock in the beginning and then they just figure out they need something else. So I went with that. Second thing I did after that, I just swapped out the air filter to something a little bit more high performance. Ended up getting a little bit more turbo noise from that because you had to take off the top of the air box just to kind of fit the new filter in there.
Sure.
So you get a little bit more turbo noise. But then I went from that and I did a Turbo Smart 50/50 blow-off valve. Went from there and then I decided that I was going to do wheels because I like the look of the stock Focus RS wheels, the forged option, which is the one that I have. So they're already forged wheels and they're RB19s. So I decided I was just going to powder coat them and kind of like make it into a theme. So I went ahead and put on the Downforce Solutions front splitter, Downforce Solutions side skirts, added some little Mike Tyson decals to the side skirts because the Focus was born. So then I had to get the plate.
Yep.
So I got
that was just about perfect.
that said Focus on it, and I put a little Mike Tyson decal right in the star of the plate. Then I put the little wing riser on, or not wing riser, it's a wing extension, spoiler
looks sweet.
extension. And I put my Instagram handle on there, and obviously looking at the outside of my car long enough, you'll know that I'm a big police supporter. So I have my third windows have the blue line police decal. With the flag, and then I have Blue Lives Matter on the wing extension.
I guess that's a good time to ask, have you gotten pulled over in this thing?
I have.
How many times?
The only time I've gotten pulled over in this car, actually, I've only gotten pulled over once, and it was actually by one of my really good buddies who's a Williamson County Sheriff.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of the Williamson County Sheriffs that was on Live PD.
That's fine.
So he pulled me over, didn't know it was me, because he had only pulled me over before on my bike. He actually pulled me over for no front license plate.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I have never run front license plates on any of my vehicles.
No,
not on my
neither.
Corvette, not on this. He basically came up, looked at me, was just like, hey, I didn't know this was you, all that type of stuff, had a little laugh. Basically said, yeah, I pulled you over for no front plate. And I basically told him I've never had a problem with it before, gave me a knuckle bump and went back to his car. Get stuck behind this person.
I don't think he'll be too quick with the grill in his bed.
No. You can buy cars all day long and try to make them fast. You can buy any car and make it fast if you put enough money into
Right.
it. With the exception of this car. Like, people have put 35, 40 grand of parts alone into an RS, and there still isn't one in the 10s. And I don't know why that. The STs, I think, actually are getting to the point where they're almost in the 10s. And for whatever reason, the RS just cannot get there. And I never bought this car to be, fast. I bought it to be quick, which it is. And they're notorious for having, obviously, their head gasket issues, which they always get made fun of. Mine, fortunately, had that recall done before I bought mine. But they're known also for having really, really fragile engine blocks. So when you start adding power and tuning them and stuff like that, and you're not careful with it, they become really unreliable really quickly. I really don't think it needs much more. I'd like it to have a little bit more daily driving torque. Like, if I were to go get it tuned, I'd like it to have a little bit more torque and maybe a few extra pops and bangs and stuff like that there. But nothing excessive, like people that just put like those pop tunes and whatever. That just gets unbelievably excessive. But once you hit the back roads and you're not stuck behind a person with the grill in the truck, this thing comes alive and it blows me away. It has the torque vectoring front to back, side to side. So you can go through turns and you'll actually feel it when you're driving. You'll turn in and you almost start to feel that understeer, and then all of a sudden the front just turns in harder, and it's like a really unexpected feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we're doing 20.
Seriously.
I mean, this guy I get, he has a grill in the back, but that guy I don't understand. So other than that, the only other really kind of performance-oriented thing, quote unquote, is I did lower it on some lowering springs, which lowered it I'd say about an inch front and back. But it kept the cant on the car, the rake on the car, so the front end's a little bit lower than the back. So I did that. So it rides actually a little bit better than stock.
Oh, really?
A lot of the people, if you hear about Focus RS, like, the worst thing that they always complain about in reviews and drives and stuff like that is the suspension is so stiff. And it is really, really stiff from the factory, and it's still stiff now. But from the factory, I wouldn't really describe it as rough or stiff. It's more bouncy. So you hit things and then it just springs like this, like nonstop. Right. So basically what this is, it feels basically identical to when the stock suspension was on it. But instead of hitting a bump and bouncing like 4 times, you hit a bump and bounce once.
Gotcha.
And then it's just static, So it's really improved that. Plus the lowering springs, unlike coilovers, 1, they're cheaper, and 2, it allows me to keep the sport suspension, the adaptive suspension system active. So I can turn it to sport suspension, I can keep it on regular suspension, whatever I want to do for the time. I put some mud flaps on it just because I really like the look of mud flaps. I've been on plenty of drives with people that didn't have them and they always kick rocks up, and I don't want to be that guy. For me, this is honestly my favorite car that I've owned.
Oh, really?
And that's coming from my, I had a 425 horsepower Z06 Corvette that people hear that, and I came to this and they think I'm absolutely out of my mind. And I'm like, dude, this car makes me happy, because the one thing I did not see that piece of wood and that sign get that close to my car. I'm going to pull away from that. It got to the point where I just said, I'd be happier with that. I'd be able to do more stuff with it. I'd be able to drive it more often and drive the crap out of it instead of having something I can't fully push all the time without breaking the speed limit.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is just kind of valuing just how much you could push them, like the percentage wise, like give it 10 out of 10, I mean, I love the 350, but there's so many aspects of me that miss my BRZ, which is hilarious. But no,
you can drive them a lot harder.
Yeah, seriously.
You don't have to worry about just waiting for yourself. Let me get you exhaust note now.
Oh, yeah.
The pop should be a little bit better.
Let's do it. Holy hell, someone's gonna call saying someone's shooting out here.
Oh, the first night I had the exhaust on, I had the cops called on me.
Yeah, seriously, that's nuts.
It's insane. It's a lot louder than it's gonna come across.
Wow, yeah, seriously.